Why do we search for something wondrous? To make a connection with the other. C.S. Lewis mentioned in one of his books, talking about dread. If you know that there is a tiger or a lion in the other room, you'll feel fear to go in there. If it's a ferocious beast, and you will not go into that other room because you could be eaten. But that's different from the idea of dread. His concept of dread was, it's not a lion. There's some kind of phantasm, some kind of force, some kind of malevolent spirit or something in the other room. It's something you can't pin down. You can understand a lion or a tiger or some kind of physical beast. You know you might understand what its limitations are. You might understand even somewhat what its motives are. Eat you for lunch. Okay, not a good thing, but I understand that. But the idea of dread of the unknown, dread of something beyond, is a deeper sense of fear. And what this is doing, I believe, is it's taking the opposite of that. That there's not just the dread of there's the wonder. You have these giant creatures, whether it's Godzilla, King Kong, Mothra, Gaidan, whatever, fill in the blank. And if you can communicate and understand it, you can move it from that portion of the uncanny unknown to either a threat like a lion, or maybe a companion and a savior, somebody that can protect you. So that's what they're moving on to that. So if you have, I believe that's an underlying theme with all this. What are your thoughts about that?
I agree. I think that there is definitely a lot of, in these movies, a lot of Christ, even in these movies, even though they're big giant monsters fighting. There's a lot of that sort of parallels that could be drawn out. Definitely in any conversation you'd have with someone about this. I'm thinking Godzilla for King of the Monsters. You have Godzilla dies, goes into a cave, comes out, and is victorious.
Yeah.
That concept, you can bring it back to the cross. You can use that as a gateway. I don't know if that was the original intent, but it definitely seems to have parallels there to Christ's death and resurrection.
Oh, I think that they even intended it for that. There were so many parallels with this across the board. Oh my Godzilla.
My Godzilla.
And so many other walking in. It's like a cathedral. He's walking. You've got the music in the background, and if we could just get him, calling him our protector, our savior, all sorts of it was just dripping with the analogies for it. So yeah.
Although they used those, and I don't think they had good intentions with using those necessarily, we can use that as an opportunity to spread the gospel.
Okay. And you actually hit on theme number 4, and we'll be looking at the parallels between the two and see where does it parallel, where does it not, where does it fall short. That brings us to our second theme, connecting to the wondrous. Why do we desire to make meaningful connections to this one? So we define the wondrous, the awe that's there. And then the second part is wanting to make the connection to it. And each one, if Godzilla, King of the Monsters, you have this device called the Orca device, which allows them to at least call the monsters, make this communication. In the last movie, wasn't there a little girl that could communicate with Kong?
With Kong, yeah.
And so you have these people, and it's usually a feminine thing, to be able to reach out and communicate. It's a masculine that says, no, let's just kill them all. And so the feminine goes out, reaches, connects, and says, yes, they're here to save us, not to destroy us. We're here. We want to live in this symbiotic relationship. Thank you for watching this clip from the Newton Sci-Fi podcast. If you enjoyed this clip, please join us live. We'd love to hear from you.